Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope it was a great weekend. Yes, I am very hyped up this Monday morning. Hope it's been a good one for you. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Put some notes there in the comment section. Give me a number 1 for yes, 2 for no. If I see a 2, I can reach out and slap you to help you hear me better, maybe. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's go ahead and jump in, guys. We just got a ton of stuff to get through this morning. First off, keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. All right. If you like what you see here, folks, make sure to subscribe, follow along with us on YouTube and on any of the social platforms that you're watching us on. But make sure that you're looking at all of the various social platforms that we are part of that we post to, because we put videos and content out every single day, and they're not all the same on every platform. All right. So with that, it is time for the futures. So I kind of changed things up a little bit today. We're going to go and look at a different platform, a different layout here. I took gas off and put Ethereum on. So I kind of moved things around a little bit, but we'll go through them each individually. So we were doing awesome on the futures for a while. And, you know, we were flattish earlier this morning and then blah, 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 blah. We've just fallen apart. We're down almost 30 points right now on the ES, which is a decent move for the Dow, for the S&P. The Dow, it's only down about 100 points right now, but same scenario. I mean, we were up here at 36,000, call it 170, and we're at 36. We're 170 points lower than we were off our highs in the overnight session. So, and the Sunday night session on both of these started out fantastic. It was just a great run. Right? Quick pullback, but then we just had a really nice steady climb from there. Great trading opportunities last evening. And then we look at the NQ. Same scenario, quick pullback out of the box. Good run up. They got up to about, we'll call it 670 again. And we're looking at 400. So we're 270 points down off our highs of where we were. 184 points down on the NASDAQ. It's the NASDAQ, you know, it's its own index. We could look at the Dow and say the Dow was the leader, right, of what people look at. But NASDAQ has so much in the last couple of years come to full circle to the point where we see bigger movements on NASDAQ than we do on the Dow, which when I first started was unheard of to see things like that. So there was no way. But we're down 187 points right now on the NQ. On the RUT, we're down about 15 points, 14.5. It's been a little more flattish. I think where's my RUT? There we go. Bitcoin is in the same place. So these first 5 charts up to this point are in the exact same places they have been to date. So Bitcoin has fallen off a bit. We are right now at 40,700. Come on, baby, about 2,500, 3,000 more. Get down to about that 38 is where I'm looking for. Let's see if it makes it down there. And then I put Ethereum in. It is something that I trade regularly, or I'm not an active trader in and out like I am with options, but it is something I am always adding to a position or managing a position on. So I added Ethereum in here. I figured that was a bigger boost for us than it was to look at nat gas all the time. Although I like gas and I do like trading it. I trade it once a week, if anything, with Brandon in the E-minis on Thursdays. So a good drop down on Ethereum and a long, hard hit. We're down 182 points right now on Ethereum. Then I just moved gold and crude over at this point. So I kept Ethereum and Bitcoin next to each other. So gold right now, you know, nice steady climb through the night as the market climbed. And then we had this drop along with the market, right? And then a little bit of a climb and we're reversing back over again. And we're just down about 4.5 points right now on gold. So not a big deal. Crude oil has backed off a little bit, but we're at 78.5 on crude. We got up above 80. I think it was close to 81. Yeah, 80.5 or so. But we got above 80 on Friday. We've given some back, but still a lot of strength in energy right now in crude, right? So, all right, there we have. There are our markets there. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the candidates from Friday and see if any of them worked out. right? So I've got my Friday list here of the stocks that we put on that list. And the companies we looked at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them on here. 2 of them were monthly options, so I'm really not going to put a lot of effort in there unless I can't find something on the weeklies. But the 2 that I focused on on Friday was T-Mobile, right? And they had a subscriber increase. We were looking at a bear call spread. They were down. We're looking at a bear call spread above 114. So let's go ahead and let's go look at TMUS. Right? So they took that drop down immediately, right? A little quick pop, then one candle later, and they dropped and just went sideways the rest of the day. So I did the 114, 115, and I wrote above 114 on the bear call spread. So I did the 114, 115 bear call spread, took in 13 cents on that option. It expired worthless. 13 cents with an 87-cent risk in the trade. Where's my calculator? Let's do that. Cash in was 0.13 divided by cash out was 0.87. It gave us a 14.9% rate of return for the day. Oh, it's okay. I mean, I guess you can get more elsewhere. The bank pays more than that, right? But great trade setup on T-Mobile there. And then Visa was the other one. So on Visa, they got a downgrade. I put a bear call spread above 220. So I did the 220, 225 and a half bear call spread and took in 15 cents. I took in 15 cents for that $2.50 spread, right? The options expired worthless. Both of them kept. This was not as big of a rate of return as the other one was because it was a 250 spread. But overall, nice trade setup. So how did you guys do? What trades did you guys look at or take last week, particularly if any of them were ones that we did? Go ahead and drop them in. I'd love to see them. And if they weren't ones that we did, I still want to know what they were. Drop them in. Let's check them out. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. It's always great to see what you're trading, right? So with that, let's go ahead, and we don't need last week's sheet anymore. Let's go over to this week's sheet and check out the new candidates for today. All right, so what I've done on my movers and shakers section, which you guys don't really get to see very much of because I work off of the chart and I just use my sheet and type the symbols in. It's too much work to keep minimizing and maximizing the chart. It's faster to type them in. But I broke them up this time where from Lululemon down to Zynga, they're all weekly options. From APR down to Sedge, they are all monthly options. Right? Didn't want to do that. I kind of moved them around there, but it doesn't matter. They're all monthly options in there. Okay. So we at least have I have a format to make it faster now when I go through it. I'm not looking at where I write down a W or an M for weekly and monthly. Nope. I just go right there and look. And I know because even on my sheet, I've got them written that way. I don't know what you could see, but I've got them written. Here's the weeklies. And then down at the very bottom are the monthlies. Right, so let's go take a look at Lulu and see how she's doing. So Lululemon gave an expectation on earnings. It wasn't good. It just wasn't. Okay. For the quarter. And it's not out yet. This was just the expectation of earnings. They're down about $23 right now. I'm going to be looking at a bear call spread on Lululemon, possibly a long put. I want to go look at the daily chart on Lulu and see what I can see. Actually, this is too big. All right, there we go. So Lululemon, right now we're trading at 333. So wow. Wow, look where we are. We moved all the way down to the next fib line. Go figure, just below, right? We've got $26 move in there. So 34, 44, 54, 64. All right, so we need to fib it inside of here. We need to put in a negative 136 on this. All right, so in an ideal world, I'm going to be looking above the 350 for my bear call spread. Now, it's going to be hard to tell right now. I mean, it's just such a huge move, right? But we'll be looking at this week's options. We're going to convert this over to vertical. We'll look for a bear call spread. We want to be above the 350. So 350, 355 is it going to be? 57.5, even better. So last week, Friday, we were able to get $1.13 for this. We've had time value deterioration over the weekend. So you're going to see that drop. Let's see, by about 20 or 30 cents. And then you've got a move of $20 in here. So we're probably looking at a much lower number. I won't know what that is until the market opens. We're probably 30 to 50 cents is what we'll be looking at for Lulu. Long way to go. 50 cents I'm okay with. 30 cents you're kind of pushing the envelope. 40 cents I'd be acceptable because it gives me about 20%. But on 30 cents, we're pushing the envelope a little bit. So it really just comes down to what I see. So I'm going to put 3 check marks next to Lulu because I like this one a lot for potential for today. So there you go. There's number 1, right? Is Lululemon. From there, let's look at Nike, NKE. Just do it. They got a downgrade, right? They are down $4. I didn't write the name down, so it's not a name that really mattered to me. They're down about $4 right now. Same thing, we'll be looking at a bear call spread on Nike. More than likely not a directional option for me on this one. But if we look at Nike here, we were at 157 on Friday, and we're at 153. Do you guys realize that both stocks we've just looked at have now moved down to their next fib level? And fibs don't work, right? Someone made a comment that everybody at Wealth Builders is a fibber. Well, you can call it that if you want, but if that means we make money, then that's cool. That must be the new definition of fibber, right? We make money. So fib lines work, guys. So we're probably looking at doing something above the 157 level for my bear call spread. I like it, just not sure if I want to give it 3 check marks at this point, right? Next will be Telray. They've been out of the news, off of my radar for a long while now, since they were at a much higher price point than they are right now. We were trading them when they were more like that $16 and $18 range. Here was the last time we really looked at them. We might have seen them over here, but in these lower prices, these lower numbers, no. So their earnings came out, and as we could see, if you caught a quick glimpse, they had a nice run so far. 81 cents on a $7 stock. They have weekly options available on them, which I absolutely love, right? So let's go see what we could do. So we'll be looking at a 20 delta is what we're looking to sell. So here I have the 6, which we could get 20 delta. We could have gotten 27 cents on Friday. So now we moved about $1. So we're not going to get 27 cents. It's showing that we're going to get about 13 cents for that option. But now we're talking about, call it 15 cents on a $6 strike, $6.50 strike. Somewhere in that range is where we're going to be. So I'm okay with that, right? I like Telray, and if I get put the stock and I have to do a covered call on it, I could sell the 7.5, which has an 18-cent premium, 40 delta, all day long. I'll take it all day long. I mean, it's great. It's great rate of return and everything, right? So I'm going to give 3 check marks next to Telray, and naked put is the trade setup that I put in there. And again, we're looking for a delta of 20-ish, right? Try not to get too far away from that 20 in either direction. You know, if you want more safety, you can go lower. There's less chance of being exercised. You're just taking less premium, right? I'm saying that I would be looking at a 20 delta. Well, if you look at a 12 delta, you get half the premium, but you take on half the risk comparatively. Right, next is Tesla. Goldman Sachs added them to their conviction list, which should make the stock go up. It hasn't. They've dropped. They're at $999. They're down $28 right now. You know, I like the news on Tesla. I don't necessarily want to trade it bearish based on that news. Let's see, TSLA. It's fibulous. There you go, Ed. I love it. I love it. Not fibbers, fibulous. So right now we're at $9.99, right? So we're just down below this 1016 level. We're down in here. we've been overall in a bearish bias. If you're trying to trade the news, the moving averages themselves are in a bullish bias. The averages, not the stock. All the averages are aligned properly. But the stock is right now, with where we are at this moment, is in a bearish bias. Not true bear, not a directional bear. Day trade bear only is what we would do here. Earnings coming up. I don't have my sheet out, but I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but it's showing here on the 25th. Make sure you always check your earnings dates, right? So if we can come back, 998, I said, right? I should remember that number, 999. So if we can come back, even though Goldman put it on its conviction list, it hasn't helped it in the pre-market, right? So here's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at a long put with a retest of that 1016 level. Or you could look at a bear call spread. And bear call spread would be above 1016. All right? But I like the day trade better for the long put, if at all possible. So retest. Doesn't have to hit that 1016 exact, but get me up close and fail, and I'm good to go. All right? So I like Tesla. TTWO. They are buying out Zynga. I believe it's an all-cash deal, which is always good for Zynga, for the other company. So they're down about $17 right here. So I like that a lot. So let's go look at TTWO. We're going to have a lot of really nice looking setups, I think, here today. We don't need that orange bar. So right now, take two is down at 147.5. Gee, go figure. Down near another fib line, right? 146.76, 147.5. We're right there. We're right at that support level. So what's that? 3 of them so far today on the gaps down. So I'll be looking at a bear call spread above 154. So we would have to go to 155s. Would be our first place to look. All right. So there we have it with take two. VIAC, Viacom C. They're C shares or Class B shares. Let's see. They're up $1.21 right now. They got upgraded by Deutsche Bank. Right? So we'll be looking at a naked put on Viacom. So let's go see what, if anything, we can get our hands on there. So I'm looking for the 20 delta. As of yesterday, I could get, or Friday, I could get 46 cents. If we move $1 in our number, we'll get about 25 cents. So it looks like we can get 25 cents for whatever will be our 20 delta today. That's about what we'll see come today. So I like naked puts on Viacom. So I'm going to give a couple of check marks there. And then the one right now that I got to look at numbers that I'm very excited about is Zynga. Look at that move, guys. And we're talking about $3 to the upside. They're sitting at $9 right now. Now, why am I excited about it? Well, TradeStation drives me nuts. Okay. So they've got weekly options available. Right now, one of the things you can do, go research when the deal is expected to end and all that good stuff. I haven't had time to look at that yet. But what I will be looking at today is a diagonal spread on Zynga. Right? So I will be looking to buy an option with a 70 delta. And right now we're at $9. So more than likely we're going to be buying the 8. But these numbers are going to be off a little bit. I don't have a good, yeah, that's off for sure. I don't have a good answer as to what our numbers are going to be. But I would go ahead and I would buy the $8 call. All right. Way out, 130 days. And then I would go and sell the call, which has a 40 delta against it. And I don't have a 40. So we've got to see where premiums are. We've just had too big of a move today that premiums don't make a move. We got nothing in here for what had a 28 delta, was only 3 cents. But if I can get a diagonal on Zynga, that will be my favored trade setup if I can get it, because Zynga now is going to just go boo and just hang sideways, right? And if it does every week, I just keep collecting premium as long as the premium is decent. 3 cents, it's not worth doing the trade. Right now, if that's the case, if I don't have any premium on there, then why would we not just look at a straight naked put on Zynga, right? If they're at $9 right now and they were at 6, right? So we're looking at that 20-ish delta. I've got a 6.5 strike, which was paying 59 cents in premium. Heck, if I only got 22 cents for it, I would be ecstatic. Right? I don't know where my strikes are going to wind up, but I am going to be looking at a naked put on Zynga as well. All right? They get 3 check marks. Heck, I'd probably give them 4. Right? I love buyouts. I'm a big fan of buyouts. I trade them over and over and over again until they die, right? Or until the buyout takes place, and then I wind out of the long leg. So, yes, Extra Touch said, can I show the fibs on take 2? Yep. Let's get a bigger picture. And there we have it. So that one starts, I know it's really zoomed out there extra. So it starts on February 8th, the high, and it goes to March 8th on the low. Is where we have them drawn. All right. Let me just do a quick look-see here now that I backed it up. Just a gut check, as it were. All right, so we're a little bit less there, so we're good. Fibs are good. Nothing to change on the fibs. Those that have been with me a while know exactly what I just did and what I'm talking about there. So, okay, so I hope that helps, actually. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, got a couple more, guys. I'm going to blow through these pretty quickly. There's 4 of them. APR, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Love the move. Love that it was a buyout. It's up $7. You know what I hate? It's monthly options. Drives me nuts. Now, can I find something? $5 strikes. Goodness gracious. Can I find something here? I'm okay with 11 days. Can I find something here that gets me a decent premium if I got a 20 delta on a naked put? Very possibly. But again, as a monthly options only, I really need to be excited about it. APR, I liked a lot. Beam, I saw Pfizer's CEO on CNBC this morning talking about Beam as one of the really big deals that they just did. There's a partnership with Beam. So they're up right now about $2.50. I would be looking at a bull put spread here. Dell is my next one. And guys, while I'm doing this, what stocks do you want me to take a look at? Drop them in. What candidates do you want me to check out for you this morning before we wrap it up? If you're looking to trade something, it's okay. Shoot it at me and let me take a look at it and give you my feedback on what I think. So we look at Dell right now. They got an upgrade. I didn't write down who, so I didn't care. They're up $1.41 right now. Excuse me. Bull put spread is my go-to. And then another one that was kind of disappointing here today was Sedge, SEDG. Now, they really are not showing much activity in pre-market. Right? They are showing that they're up $4.09, but they've got monthly options. Here's why it's disappointing. Goldman Sachs added them to their conviction list, which basically means, you know, they're committed to that stock and their investors should as well. Anytime you get added to a Goldman Sachs list, it's big. It's the old E.F. Hutton talks. People listen. It's big. So, but they only have monthly options on it, right? So, got to see where it opens up and what it does, but I'll be looking at a bull put spread on Sedge today. Right? $240 stock. I'm definitely not buying a directional option on this one. I would only be doing a credit spread. All right. There we have it, folks. So, okay. Keep something in mind. Right? Make sure, there you go, market mornings, right? Make sure you guys have access and show up to the 30 Days to Trading Success, which is a free training that we are doing. Folks, I've spent the last year building it out with my team. We've got it all done now. We're going to be sharing it this upcoming week. Yeah, Thursday is our very first one, the 13th at noon, and the 17th. Then we got a couple of them come next week, and then even and then we're doing one on a Saturday even, right, which is the 22nd at noon. So I'm excited about this training. You should be as well. I'm going to show you how in 30 days I can get you from zero to hero in the market. So go ahead and take a look at that if you would. Get yourself registered. Sean, if you could drop that link in there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Sean, Paula asked if I could look at the SPY. You got it, Paula. So right now, Friday's close, it was at 466. Right now, it's at 463. So I will be selling covered calls on my SPY positions today that expire today. So we're at 63 right now. So we're kind of in between. We're right about that 55 moving average, Paula. We've got support at 461.5. Excuse me, not a whole lot there. You got to look for intraday pivot points and see if there's anything off of that. But 461.5 is your support. So you got a little bit of room yet, about $1.50-ish to move down. Sean said, MDT recent trade with Rob, lots of support at 105. I think we'll break down and get the fail. So we did it. We did this trade the other day, this video on Medtronics, right? And we got a close below. We got the gap down, and now we've pushed up into that 105 area, which is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for the pullback and then the bounce up. So what's going on there? Let's go look at MDT this morning and see if we've got any kind of movement down. So Medtronics, we're down 66 cents right now. Exactly what I'd be looking for. A small move to the downside there. If that's the case, folks, we're going to be looking at a put option, which I laid all of this out in the video. You can go check that training out. It's on our YouTube channel. Sean, if you've got the link, you can drop it in there real quick. We're looking at 102.75 as our first target. $100.50 is our second target. So there you have it. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. I will see all of you at our next update, which is tomorrow. All right. Take care, folks. See you then.